First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante Davis.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, B. Cannon, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith Over Fear University.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What up? What's going on, good people? It is your guy, your only guy today. Your boy Hill, and Hill gonna heal regardless, man. I want to apologize for yesterday. Some things happened at work that was beyond my control. So unfortunately, it's gonna be me today because, like I said, AJ had some things that he had to do, and we was gonna record at an earlier time anyway. But like I said, work got in the way. So it is what it is. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe me and AJ can do something tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But for game 2 before the finals. But it is what it is. It is your guy Hill, and Hill gonna heal regardless. You can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. One of the reasons I am able to do this little episode today, I'm not gonna be here long, so don't worry. Is because of this, man. Keyshawn Davis fight got canceled. Edwin De Los Santos. I did good. Oh, yeah, it got canceled, man. Keyshawn came overweight, 4.3 pounds, if I be exact. It's one of those things when it happened, when we got to announce that he was overweight. Very disappointed because that's one of the things in boxing that shows your professionalism at its core. It's making weight. That's one of the things that, shows the most professionalism. So what I've been taught in boxing, the fact that he didn't make weight, kind of was nonchalant. He didn't want the belt. He was stripped of the belt. And he was saying that he was ready to move up to 140 anyway for his next fight. I get all that. All that sounds good. But at the same time, on the flip side, we've seen other fighters fight people that's noticeably been bigger than them, and things have not gone their way significantly. So Edwin, Santos had the right to not take the fight, and I guess his team, they made a decision and they didn't want to take on the fight based on the increase of the weight. So it got canceled, got moved on. Me and Cannon we were on the way to the fight. You know what I'm saying? A couple other guys that I know, we were gonna meet up at the fight, and they gave us the option to get a refund, and we took that option to get the refund. Shouts out to Abdullah Mason. I think this is a perfect opportunity if he showcases himself to the highest level tonight to capitalize from this opportunity. Now that he is the main event, Keyshawn did call him out. He wanted to fight him next. This is going to be in Keyshawn's hometown, so you definitely should put on the show. I'm not going to be long on the subject, man. It is what it is. I think we're disappointed in this situation. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole city was excited for this major event and, ready to come out, ready to support Keyshawn. Keyshawn was definitely putting on, as far as the promotion, he was definitely doing his part. He was selling the fight. He was, looking like an emerging superstar as he is. And, the fact that he did not come into weight, it just was a disappointment. To put the stain, just a stain on this aspect of his career so far. Let's get, hopefully he'll bounce back, learn from this situation and move on. You don't want to mess the business up because it seemed like he had other opponents. It seemed like he's one of the top targets for a lot of notable fighters. Looked like Frank Martin was ready to step up to the plate for the next fight, ready for some other guys that had belts and looking like they was ready to ready to take on the challenge. And it looked like he was ready to take on some of these challenges. Like I said, if it made sense. So hopefully we can get this situation rectified, and they can do something further on quickly, so his career can continue on the trajectory that he strived for it to be. But as of right now, man, it's definitely disappointing, and like I said, man, this is why I'm here. Like, I have nothing to do now. You ruined my whole Saturday, my brother. It's just keeping a buck, what I'm saying. But things happen, and we shall see. We're gonna move on strictly after that. I'm gonna go on to the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau got fired. Seemed like we all knew this was going to be inevitable. Eventually, they was waiting on him. If you lose to the Pistons, we're gonna fire Thibodeau. And yeah, if you lost to the Pistons, yeah, you definitely deserve to get fired. But they did not lose to the Pistons. So, what is the point of discussing that? They went on to beat the Celtics. Yes, Jason Tatum got hurt. But at the end of the day, they were controlling that series and they looked good. Okay, you lose to the Pacers again, back-to-back years that you lose to the Pacers. And you lost in, tough fashion. You lost in 6. I mean, technically, you should look at it as the aspect of, okay, it was a tough series, we lost. But on the flip side, they did have championship aspirations. And they ended up losing. And it's the way that they lost. It looked kind of bad losing to the Pacers. So on one hand, I can understand it. But at the end of the day, I understand. I know who Thibs is. They know who Thibs is. So you can look at it like they came to a crossroad. This is the best that we're going to get out of Thibs. This is the best that we're going to get from Thibs. Nothing's going to change. He's not going to change. So at the end of the day, why should we expect change from Thibs? Let's move on and move forward. Sounds good in theory. If you look at it like that, I get it. But it's the point that, do we trust them to make the right decision moving forward? This roster is a good roster. You can say what you want. Yes, they do. They do not have a bench. You can say they have a bench. Thibs just doesn't use it. It is what it is. But this roster is a good roster. So can they find someone to take this roster to the next level? Can they find somebody that can handle a Brunson Cat combination? Can they find somebody to elevate this team? I mean, Jason Tatum is out next year. You know what I'm saying, for the whole entire year. The Eastern Conference should be up for the taking. You know what I'm saying? So if they do this right, they could be in position to take advantage of an Eastern Conference. So it's just the fact that, do we trust the Knicks to get this right? And I technically really don't. So it just is what it is when it comes to the Knicks. Yo, you in town? We could have debated live in person. Wow, I'm scared. I'm not in town. I'm not in town. I was coming to the fight. I was going to the fight. I was doing nothing with you. It's just that simple, George. Like, you're not going to continue to try to waste my time. So it's just that simple. Going to move on from that. Who should the Knicks bring in to be their next coach? Of course, we hear that of course, when it comes to the Knicks, you get the top notable names always attached. Like, for some reason, Ime Udoka was linked to the Knicks. For some reason, like, he would just leave the Rockets to go to the Knicks because why? They're the Knicks. Like, the audacity to even think that is an option is the reason why some people have an issue with the Knicks. I'm not one of the people that have an issue with the Knicks, but this is one of the reasons why. The audacity to even think that just because you're the Knicks, that people should be able to flock to you because you're the Knicks. Who the fuck are you? Y'all haven't done anything, to be quite honest, bro. Like, I get it, it's a major market, but at the end of the day, you haven't accomplished anything. So let's like I say, let's humble ourselves for a little bit, and what I'm saying, and come to let's come to some real solutions. Now, at the same time, Jason Kidd was on that list as well, and I was going to give the same exact speech on why would he leave Dallas to come to the Knicks. But at the same time, bro, I don't think Jason Kidd was very happy with them trading Luka. So it is a possibility that he could flip and be like, you know what, send me to the Knicks. That is a possibility. And then I listened to a couple Dallas Maverick shows because, basically based off some of the things I listen to the Cowboys, I get some of their news as well. They're a little nervous. They're a little nervous that Jason Kidd may go to the Knicks. And it's a possibility. Like I said, the fact that they traded Luka, it might not sit well with Jason Kidd. We seen him at the press conference. He really didn't look too happy. So, it is a possibility. I won't dismiss, that. I won't dismiss that aspect of it. Mike Malone, he's sitting there. He's a hot name. He got fired from the Nuggets. At the end of the day, he was deemed a good coach for what he did with the Nuggets. But is he really that much of a difference from Thibs? I mean, yes, he's stylistically he's different, but I mean, it could help. They definitely on the championship window right now. So for them to go, they need to go get somebody like a Mike Malone. It need to be somebody of that ilk, because I'm thinking of a one-time, first year head coach coming into New York. I don't know if they're actually ready to handle New York and this roster. I think this roster definitely needs somebody with some credibility. That's just my aspect, my view, my vantage point. But hey, the Knicks fans that I've had discussion with, well, I've seen how they've talked about the fire and the Thibs. I hope you get exactly what you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Really hope y'all get exactly what y'all asking for. And and if y'all don't, we'll see. I mean, it's baby back to the ghetto, y'all go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Thibs had his flaws. You knew what you were getting with the Thibs. You know what I'm saying? It's things that you could have worked with. You could have just got him a bench, tried to get him a bench, tried to sell him on some things, and and try to work with that. But like I said, I do understand you might have thought y'all peaked with Thibs. Hey, it is what it is. But I do hope y'all get exactly what y'all asking for in this aspect. So yeah. Oh my God, Sam, my God dang. Mike Malone is kind of like Thibs, so I wouldn't understand why Knicks fans would want that. It's a hot name, my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a hot name. You know what I'm saying? He has a championship, under his belt. You know what I'm saying? He does have an offensive scheme. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that Thibs definitely lack. You know what I'm saying? So, we can just go. It makes sense at this point. It does make sense. But it is what it is. All right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and move on yet again. I told you I'm not about to keep you out here all day, man. I'm about to go find something to do on this Saturday. But the news that we've all been waiting for, that we all knew was going to happen, was your guy Karen Rodgers. Yes, I did say Karen Rodgers has finally signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I've been waiting on this rant for this entire time for this news to be official. And I want to say that I've seen the reaction from a lot of Steelers fans that I had conversations with, and some things, some things that I've seen how they've reacted. A lot of Steelers fans are not really happy about this signing, to be quite honest. I think a lot of correct me if I'm wrong, Steelers fans, I think a lot of Steelers fans were very wanted Shador, and once they passed on Shador, they came to the realization that they were ready to just take their medicine this season. They're ready to roll with Mason. You know what I'm saying? They drafted Will Howard. Maybe Will Howard can eventually develop into something, but they were ready to take their medicine this season. And because with the draft capital that they have for next season, they were ready to go ahead and get one of the quarterbacks next year, where the quarterback class is supposedly better than like this year's class. So if you're under that mindset of ready to take your medicine, then what is Aaron Rodgers really going to do with this roster? Now, when I go on this rant, or just not necessarily rant, because my emotions is really kind of out of it at this point based off yesterday. So I'm very sorry that I sold it, and I'm not, give you this, theatrical rant. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But what are we really expecting from Aaron Rodgers next season? Like, seriously, what are we really expecting? Like, did we not see what happened with the Jets last year? Now, with the Jets last year, we seen it. You can look at the raw numbers and his raw statistical numbers. Oh man, they compare just like they look like Patrick Mahomes. They look like Patrick Mahomes. Oh, he got similar numbers to Josh Allen. Josh Allen won the MVP. So is Karen washed? Is Aaron really washed, or is he just held to a higher standard? When you make a statement like, look at his statistical numbers, that let me further know that you did not watch none of these games. And the excuse of not watching these games, I don't understand, because the Jets, before they fell off a cliff, had a lot of televised games. Like, we were literally watching these games. We were literally watching him be a statue in the pocket. We were literally watching him control the playbook, patrol what they do, run the plays that he wanted to run. And we continue to him make an errant throw and blame it on somebody else. We continue to make throw an interception, blame it on somebody else. We continue to him to be a statue, take a sack, and just blame it on somebody else. And we wanted to continue to just blame everything that was negative about the Jets on somebody else and not be accountable, hold him accountable. Now, when they went and traded for Devontae Adams, and let's think about it, let's bring back, they gave him everything before they even got Devontae Adams. I mean, they went in, brought in washed up Randall Cobb. They went got Allen Lazard. They have an emerging superstar waiting to happen in Garrett Wilson already in the building. We've seen all the highlight throws on the internet, through social media, during training camp, and all that. We've seen all this. They went invested in the offensive line. They had running backs. They had a running game. They went and got him another receiver. It was things that they did, and what everybody was telling us, all the Jets needed was a quarterback. So all the Jets had to get was a quarterback, and they got a quarterback. All he had to do was just be average. With this defense, they would have been good. He ended up getting the coach fired. He ended up getting the offensive coordinator that he brought in demoted. Like, a lot of the things, like, he got the GM fired. So if we were really watching the game, like, he made some throws. Like, can he still make some throws? And he can make throws, some of these throws in his sleep. But the Achilles injury was real. He's 40. He can't move. So a lot of these things that he was doing, he can't do. The things that made Aaron great, he can't do. He's a statue at this point. So now let's fast forward. So we really think that the Steelers offensive line, it has pieces. I'm not saying that the Steelers offensive line is trash. They have the pieces. But these pieces haven't shown you that they are really that good. They haven't gelled and took the offensive line to the next level. So you mean to tell me with the Arthur Smith system that Aaron, what is Aaron going to do? Okay, he got DK Metcalf. Bro, DK Metcalf is one of the most overrated receivers in this league. Let's be honest. Like, he's a physical specimen. He looks the part. You know what I'm saying? But he's never taken that next level because he's a limited route runner. Let's just be honest. He's a limited route runner. Like I say, he really doesn't play as big as he is most of the time. He give you some moments where he uses his size to his advantage, but consistently to be his size, he doesn't use it to his advantage. So you mean to tell me that somebody that throws with anticipation, that makes the throws that Aaron makes, he's going to need a prolific route runner to be at the spots where he wants him to be. DK is not that. There's a lot of the times you look at the Seattle game and Geno is throwing it to a spot that he's thinking that DK is going to be at, and he's not there. Now you try to poo-poo it and thinking, it's Geno. Geno not really all that. Geno not good. Okay, tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to feel better. But if we remember vividly, I think it was the Thursday night game, the fourth quarter, the pass that he threw Mike Williams. Mike Williams, it was the interception, and Mike Williams ran to the wrong spot, and we all blame everything. So, like I said, are we really expecting DK to be at the right spot at the right time? Okay, cool. Let's say DK is elevated by Aaron Rodgers' play. Who are the other receivers? Calvin Austin? Robert Woods? Like, are we really excited? Are we really excited about this Steelers fan? You feel what I'm saying? Like, let me break it down from that aspect. The part that really pissed me off the entire time is the way that the Steelers front office went about this acquiring Aaron Rodgers. You mean to tell me y'all waited this long, right before minicamp, for him to sign, for him to come off the season that he just had? This ain't Aaron Rodgers coming off an MVP. This ain't Green Bay just letting Aaron Rodgers go. This is from him coming off a bad year, a nasty year from the Jets, and you held him to a higher standard to make him seem like he's still that bad man. Oh, you made it seem like the part that we would finally get him to humble. They was like, oh, the Jets really went to him and be like, hey, look, we don't want you no more. They made him fly there and told him to his face and say, hey, listen, we don't want you no more. He got a little humble pie. He went on Pat McAfee, like, hey, look, man, that felt a little bad. That felt a little basically breaking him down to being humble. And you erase all of that by how y'all handled it. Front office, Steelers front office. Oh, you come in when you want to. Oh, yeah, we got the deal in place. Oh, we not going to draft a quarterback to piss you off. Because we know you coming whenever you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you feel like it. So, y'all moving around like y'all not the Steelers. I thought the standard was the standard, bro. Y'all acting like y'all don't hold yourselves to a high regard. We hold the Steelers to as an organization as one of the highest regarded, bro. Y'all move like hoes on this one. Y'all was moving like desperate. Like y'all ain't never had success like y'all ain't never had no success in the organization whatsoever. We ain't that damn far removed from knowing, you know what I'm saying, seeing y'all in the Super Bowl. We can remember this. We seen it. Like, grab your nuts, dog. Like it was disgusting seeing how they move, seeing how they talked about it, how they tiptoed around it, and waiting on him. What are you waiting on him for? You mean to tell me this all y'all got? This all y'all can do? And then when you get him, what is going to happen? What is going to be good about this? Please. Like, this is disgusting, bro. Like I said, Khan, the GM, he should be ashamed of himself. Mike Tomlin should be ashamed of himself, dog. Y'all are men, bro. Y'all moved around this whole process and acted like hoes. Y'all make this man feel good. He was feeling down on himself. He was humbling. He was thinking about retiring. He was like, "Hey, man, I might as well retire." And he should have retired. He should have went out on a high note. Okay. Hey, I'm not wishing nothing bad on the Steelers, man. Hey, the Steelers ain't got nothing to do with me. Like I said, I hate Karen Rodgers with all my heart. I do. But like I said, I ain't wishing no ill on them. This is football hate. But like, at the end of the day, I don't see what's the benefit of bringing him in. What is this going to do? What is this going to be different? All right. Now, I'm going to review some of the comments that I've been seeing from my guys, and then I'm going to move on. You know what I'm saying? Get this guy out of here, man. Now, let me scroll up, you guys, because the Jets dropped like fast touchdown passes that season. Yep, sure did. Yep, people drop passes. Yep, people drop passes. I went to the Texans Jets game last year and he played well. He can still throw the ball. He can throw the ball in his sleep. It was some games last year that he played absolutely well. He played absolutely well in a few games. He was absolutely trash in a lot of games. Like, look, come on now. You are a Jets fan. Come on, man. Breece Hall had a bad year because of what? Breece Hall had a bad year because of what? Because they went away from the running game. Even if it wasn't just Breece Hall, they still had Braylon Allen. Every time he touched the ball, he looked like he had something. They had a whole stable of backs that they went away from the running game. And matter of fact, the running game couldn't be effective because he can only play in the shotgun now because he's a statue. So now the whole offense is telegraph on what they're going to do. I didn't want him on the Steelers, but he's definitely an upgrade from Mason. I ain't never disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I like that you are always just blaming quarterback and the whole wide receivers accountable. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, nobody's just from criticism. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. It's almost more. It's more to the picture than just one aspect of what we're watching and what we're seeing. The deal's already done, but we just didn't know it. It drove the media crazy. I mean, you know, got it. Bills get paid, my brother. Like you tend to say, bills get paid. The best game last year might have been against the Jets. Yep. A lot of personal feelings on this one. My man hates Karen. Absolutely right. Yep. Embracing my I have my players I hated football with. All he missed was voluntary minicamp. Yep. All he missed was voluntary minicamp. Okay. So let's go to all he missed was voluntary minicamp. Okay, cool. You know the playbook? Let me show. He probably since the deal was already done, we just didn't know it. He already had the playbook. Cool. All right, cool. He knows the playbook. It's not a difficult playbook anyway. It's Arthur Smith. So at the end of the day, he should easily just know the playbook, right? Cool. When have we ever just seen this just happen? We just seen quarterbacks just show up. You know what I'm saying? And everything's just cool. I'm of the mindset, hey, a lot of my things when I think about football come from all-time greats. Peyton Manning was a stickler of reps. He wanted reps. He wanted reps. He wanted he liked repetition. Tom Brady liked repetition. I get some of the way I think about football is from them. So sorry, you know, that he wasn't there, and he had a throwing session with DK and all that. Cool. You and I both know. I'm not about to expose you, Marcus, from what your real thoughts are, but you can try to sell yourself now on the aspect since he's on your team. I get it. You want the best for your team. I get it. I want the best for y'all. I'm not sitting here mad, but to sit here and think that he about to do in okay, y'all about to go 9-8. Y'all about to go the same. Are y'all about to do the same thing as y'all did last year? If he about to get y'all over the hump, this is the whole point. If he gonna get y'all, if he gonna get y'all a playoff win, is he going to get y'all a playoff win? Because if he doesn't, then what was the point? Or is he just gonna be good enough to keep y'all away from just drafting a quarterback? And if that is the continued case, what was the point? Oh, because y'all got draft capital now next year, and y'all could be able to maneuver in the draft. Like, do y'all do that? Do y'all do that? Oh man, I'm moving on, man. If he does, what would you say? I would say good job, bro. I ain't one of them ones that sit here and try to hedge my bet and be like, oh, y'all won because of this. See, I'm definitely moving on because I don't do that. Hey, I'm assessing. This is just an opinion right now based off the off season. Once the season happens and everything is going how it's supposed to go, we will address what it will be. Like you said, I don't know what that is or what they try to draw me on sides or whatever it is. I think the Steelers will win 10 games. I think they can win the playoff matchup, depending on the matchup. We can say that about everybody in the NFL. Oh, dang. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to dismiss this point that you're making right here, but that's everybody in the NFL, dog. Like I said, they could have won the game layoff. They could have won the playoff game last year. You know what I'm saying? What was so hard about that? Depending on the matchup. But like I say, man, cool. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. But only a select few of Steelers fans that I've seen are excited or are cool with the acquisition. The rest of them aren't hyped, aren't liking it. It is what it is. That's the fan aspect. The fans can be the fans. I'm not mad at the fans. I'm not addressing anything to the fans. But the way that the Steelers front office, the whole organization handled this situation was hoes. That was hoe-like behavior. They are a better franchise than this than to act like hoes. I'm not moving from that. I'm not moving my pivot from that. They act like hoes. Khan, GM, Rooney, owner, Tomlin, everybody in this situation that allowed Karen to just show up right now before minicamp. Hoes. Point blank period. Let's move on. We got the NBA Finals going on, man, and I think we was definitely. We got a game thread going on. We always have a game thread during the finals. I put in the game thread. I have Thunder in 6. As of right now, I still have no reason to move on from Thunder in 6. But the reason why I said Thunder in 6 because I assumed that the first 2 games at home for the Thunder were going to win. Excuse me. And the series doesn't start till the opposing team gets the chance to go home. And I knew that first game in Indiana was going to be amazing, and I just knew that they were going to get that game, and maybe to get the 2 games in Indiana. That's how I seen this up. But of course, Halliburton again, clutch, comes through with the game winner and just ruins everybody's prediction. I think a lot of people just had the Thunder just walking away with this series. I don't think a lot of people outside of Indiana were giving Indiana a real shot. And for Indiana to pull this game out the way that they played horrible. With all the turnovers that they had, the way they was playing, Halliburton was not aggressive during this game. It was like, bro, who are these dudes, bro? These like the same team that we've seen them in the Eastern Conference. We've seen the Thunder almost go up damn near 20 at one point. It was like, bro, this is going to be like it's going to be a cakewalk. And then for some reason, like the switch has flipped, like we've seen in this entire playoffs. The fourth quarters have been different. They have been different, bro. No matter how the game's been going, like I said, until you put the team away, the fourth quarter's been different. The only reason I haven't changed from my stance of Thunder in 6 is because we've seen the same Thunder team lose a game 1 to the Nuggets off a game winner as well, and for them to bounce back. Now, that's the only logic that I have, because once again, you can look at the Pacers and say how they stole game 1 from the Knicks, and the Knicks never recovered. So it could go either way at this point based off that. I'm gonna still keep my stance on OKC in 6, but I'm going to hedge at the same time. I will not be surprised if the Pacers string this out to 7. You know what I'm saying? String this out to 7. Just off that alone, we've seen it on both sides. We've seen the Thunder lose off a game winner in game 1, a game that they should have won, and they bounce back. We've seen the Pacers take a game 1 off a game winner, and the team never recovered. Hey, this is a collision course. But as a pure basketball fan, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The big markets ain't in here. LeBron ain't in here. Steph not in here. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But if you are a basketball fan, a true basketball fan, you are getting some beautiful basketball. Like I said, you are seeing plays being run. You are seeing defense. You know what I'm saying? You are seeing physicalness. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just seeing a whole bunch of threes just jacked up. So at the end of the day, you are getting some of the basketball that probably you've been asking for. So I think we need to, switch our eyes and appreciate really what we're seeing. That's all I'm really gonna say right now. That's all I really have to say. I'm gonna wait till my guy AJ returns, and then we can really, take a deep dive on this subject on the finals. But hey, I'm just telling y'all, as a pure basketball fan, I think we need to appreciate what we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? Even though we only just got game 1, I'm just saying, teams match up very well. We've already seen an adjustment from the Thunder, from their starting lineup in game 1. So who's to say what next adjustment we're going to see? Appreciate what we are seeing. That's my motto for this final. Now I'm gonna go back, scroll through some of these comments, and I'm getting up out of here, man. Are all teams holds for other players missing mini camps or just caring? No, just y'all. Yep, just y'all. For the way y'all handled it, just y'all. Because the people that's not at camp probably is a contract situation. Thank you. Let's move on. NBA Finals will be good. I agree. You definitely did say that. Picked the Thunder in 6, but the Pacers had great confidence and great mental. They do. And Rick Carlisle is a great coach. Like I said, we can sit there and try to minimize coaching all we want in the NBA. Rick Carlisle is one of the ones that as far as coaching. So they're going to show up. Stop playing with time, man. He wanted to one. Mr. Overrated, so they say. You know what I'm saying? That's what made game 2 fascinating. Game 2 is definitely going to be fascinating. We just got to see. We got to see what the Thunder's going to do. Like I said, we can't expect the Pacers to play as bad as they played Because Halliburton said it during the mic'd up session. He like, look, man, I was nervous. Now I settled down. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. He said this. So we got to take that into account. This is his first time in the finals, bro. Bro, he played at Iowa State. Ain't like he was in the Final Four or something, playing for the national championship or something. This is one of the biggest games he ever played in. Of course he was nervous. Of course some of them Thunder was nervous. Man, listen, man. Pace played horrible until the fourth, but the effort was there. They definitely never gave up. As bad as they were playing, they were still giving you maximum effort. Hey, that's all you can ask for. Say eventually, sometimes it'll even itself out. But like you said, man, I appreciate y'all joining me on this quick little Sunday. Y'all had me stay. I was supposed to be out of here way faster than this, but I appreciate y'all showing up. Y'all held me down, man. Hey, appreciate y'all catching me on live, and I appreciate y'all gonna catch on the playback. I'm Hill. Some of y'all the fours, and some of y'all the Fab Five. Shouts out to AJ. Shouts out to everybody else, man. I'm out. Y'all catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. And we get out of here, man.